You've seen 1,000 travel videos about Indonesia. The temples, the beaches, the rice terraces. But this you haven't seen. Indonesia has 127 active volcanoes, more than any country on Earth. 5 million people live inside eruption zones, and on average, one explodes every 3 weeks. So what makes someone stay when the mountain explodes? This farmer has buried 3 homes. He's building his 4th, and he's not leaving. Over the next 20 minutes, you'll meet 3 people who made fire their home. 3 volcanoes. 3 impossible choices. And by the end, you'll understand something about human courage that changes everything. But first, you need to see just how impossible this place really is. Indonesia sits where the Pacific Ring of Fire converges with the Australian plate. 17,000 islands stretched across 3,000 miles of volcanic arc. 147 volcanoes. 127 of them still active. Surface temperature? 25 to 35 degrees Celsius. Lava temperature? Over 1,000 degrees. And yet, the most dangerous places became the most populated. For 2,000 years, this has been the pattern. 1815, Mount Tambora erupts. The largest explosion in recorded history. 70,000 dead. The year without summer follows. 1883. Krakatoa. The explosion heard 4,000 miles away. 1910. 1963. 2010. 2017. Merapi. Agung. Kelud. Sinabung. Again. And again. And again. And after every eruption, the people returned, rebuilt, planted, thrived. Today, the paradox is visible everywhere. Farmers check volcano monitoring apps on smartphones, while volcano guardians still make offerings to the spirits. Tourists take selfies at crater edges. Locals evacuate with packed bags like they're going to the market. Schools are built on hardened lava flows. Solar panels are cleaned of ash every morning. The most dangerous places on Earth became home. But numbers don't explain it. Statistics don't capture it. To understand why 5 million people choose fire, you have to meet them. You're about to meet 3 people who live on volcanoes. 3 different mountains. 3 different choices. But the same truth. First, we travel to Java, to a mountain that's erupted 86 times since 1548. This is Merapi, the mountain of fire. And 5 kilometers from its crater lives a man who refused to leave. Dawn at Merapi. The air is thick with sulfur and mist. 5 kilometers from the crater, the village of Kinaheho. Every surface covered in ash. Every morning, the same routine. Sweep. Clean. Continue. This is Pak Tarno. He's lived here for 63 years. Every morning, before dawn, he climbs. The trail is ash. The trees are ash. Even the air tastes of ash. Every day, I come. The mountain must know we remember. For Pak Tarno, Merapi isn't a volcano. It's family. The soil here is different. Volcanic ash. Layer upon layer, century upon century. Minerals the mountain coughed up from the earth's core. It's the most fertile soil in Indonesia. Chili, tomatoes, eggplant, everything grows. 3 times faster than normal land. The mountain takes, but first, the mountain gives. What takes decades to grow elsewhere takes years here. What feeds a family on normal land feeds a village on volcanic land. But this abundance comes with a price. Remember that question? Why stay when the mountain explodes? Pak Tarno's about to show you the first reason. October 2010. Merapi wakes. Seismometers record hundreds of tremors daily. The government issues evacuation orders. Mandatory. 10-kilometer radius. Thousands leave. The roads are packed. Pak Tarno stays. They said I was crazy. Maybe they were right. But how do you leave your mother when she's angry? You stay. You pray. You trust. November 5th. The mountain explodes. Pyroclastic flows. Superheated gas and rock racing down the slopes at 700 kilometers per hour. Temperature 600 degrees Celsius. Nothing survives contact. Pak Tarno's village, Kinareho, was in the direct path. He survived. Barely. Sheltered in a ravine his grandfather showed him. The flow passed over him. 70 meters away. 353 people died that day. When I asked him why he stayed, he didn't talk about courage. He talked about debt. The mountain gave me everything. My father's land, my children's food, my life's work. When she called, I couldn't run. That would be betraying family. 6 months after the eruption, Pak Tarno returned to Kinahajo. The village was gone, buried under meters of ash and rock. He rebuilt anyway. Today, 13 years later, his fields are producing again. The ash from 2010 enriched the soil even further. His grandchildren help him farm. And every morning, he still climbs. The mountain tested me. I passed. Now we understand each other. That's not just survival. That's a relationship. A 1,000-year-old contract between people and fire. That's the first reason people stay. Family. Not just human family. The mountain is family too. But Pak Tarno's choice, staying on Merapi, represents just one way to live with volcanoes. There's another approach. One that balances the old ways with new realities. Where tourists flood in by the thousands, but locals keep the sacred alive. And it's happening 4 hours east at a volcano that tourists flock to, but locals truly understand. From Merapi, we travel east to the Bromo Tengger Massif. 4 volcanoes, 1 massive caldera, and inside that caldera, a community that turned catastrophe into culture. This is Ibu Sari's land. 5th generation Tenggerese. Her family has farmed the volcanic slopes for over 200 years. But Ibu Sari faces something Pak Tarno doesn't. Tourists. Thousands of them. Every morning, hundreds of people climb to the crater rim to watch sunrise over Bromo. They take photos. They leave. They have no idea what they're standing on. They see a photo opportunity. We see our mother's grave. 1822. Mount Bromo erupted. The Tenggerese princess, Roro Anteng's son, was sacrificed to appease the volcano. Since then, every year on the 14th day of the Kasada month, the Tenggerese throw offerings into the crater. Vegetables, rice, livestock, money. The tourists watch. They don't understand they're witnessing a contract renewal. We give to the mountain, so the mountain gives to us. It's not superstition, it's respect. You respect the fire respects you. But respect doesn't pay for school fees. It doesn't fix a broken motorcycle. It doesn't compete with the cash economy tourism brought. Ibusari's 3 children face a choice she never had. Stay and farm volcanic land, earning what the mountain provides. Or leave for the cities, earning what the modern world promises. Her oldest son left. He works in Surabaya now, in a factory. Good money. Steady job. He sends cash home every month. Her daughter stayed. She married a guide who takes tourists up the volcano. He speaks English, Japanese, and Mandarin. He earns more in a month than traditional farming brings in a year. Her youngest son hasn't decided yet. He asks me, Ibu, why should I stay? The mountain could erupt tomorrow. Why not take the safe choice? That tension, tradition versus opportunity, it's not unique to Bromo. It's playing out across Indonesia, across the world. But here, the stakes are literal. Leave, and you lose the mountain that feeds you. Stay, and you risk everything when she erupts. So, when her youngest son asked about the safe choice, here's what she told him. And here's where her voice broke. Safe? There is no safe. The factory in Surabaya could close. The tour business could collapse. Nothing is guaranteed. But this land has fed us for 200 years. Through eruptions, through famines, through wars. The mountain doesn't lie. People do. Economies do. But volcanic soil? That tells the truth. She wiped her tears and laughed. Before we continue, you need to understand something about this land. Ibu Sari hands me a cup. The coffee is dark, smoky, unlike anything I've tasted. Volcanic soil, she says. Minerals from deep in the earth. You can taste the mountain in every sip. She's right. It tastes like earth and fire. Complex. Alive. This coffee funds her daughter's tourism business. Ancient soil. Modern economy. Both true. Also, the mountain gives us the best coffee in Indonesia. That's not nothing. She's right. The volcanic soil creates mineral profiles that make Bromo coffee taste like nowhere else. Earthly, smoky, complex. Tourists pay premium prices for it. But Ibu Sari's family has been drinking it for free for generations. The Tenggeris figured out something most people miss. Living with volcanoes isn't about fighting the danger. It's about dancing with it. You respect the rhythm. You read the signs. You take what's given. You give back what's owed. And when the mountain demands payment, you pay without complaint. Because you knew the deal when you moved in. That's the second reason people stay. The land tells the truth when everything else lies. Ibu Sari showed me her family's land registry, passed down through 5 generations. Written in Dutch, then Japanese, then Indonesian. But the land coordinates never changed. My great-great-grandfather bought this land in 1823, 1 year after the eruption that killed Princess Roro Anteng's son. Everyone thought he was crazy, but he knew something. She pointed to her fields, thriving, abundant. After eruption, the soil is richest. After death, life explodes. He bought at the moment everyone ran away. That's not crazy. That's smart. 5 generations later, her family still farms that land. Still makes offerings at Kasada. Still teaches their children the Volcanoes language. But now they also speak English, run Instagram accounts, and debate whether to install Wi-Fi in the family guest house. Ancient and modern, sacred and commercial, traditional and adapted. Both true, both necessary, both surviving. That's the second impossible, not just staying where the fire is, but thriving because the fire is there. But there's a third way to live with volcanoes. One that's newer, rawer, and maybe the most impossible of all. Ibu Sari's family had 200 years to learn the volcano's language, to build relationships, to establish their contract with fire. But what if you don't have 200 years? What if the volcano was quiet your whole life and then suddenly woke up? What if the mountain you thought was dead wasn't? That's happening right now. In North Sumatra, at a mountain people forgot could explode. Mount Sinabung, North Sumatra. Unlike Merapi, which has centuries of recorded history, Sinabung was quiet for 400 years. People forgot it was even active. They built villages on its slopes. They farmed its soil. They assumed it was dead. August 2010. Sinabung woke up. It's been erupting ever since. 15 years of continuous volcanic activity. Pyroclastic flows, ash clouds, lava domes collapsing. This isn't ancient history. This is happening now. The government created an exclusion zone, 7 kilometers. Mandatory evacuation. Tens of thousands of people displaced. But Bapak Ginting went back. Not immediately. He tried the relocation camps, government housing, new land far from the volcano. Safe, they said. Permanent, they promised. He lasted 8 months. The new land was flat. No slopes. Wrong soil. Nothing grew right. I had money from the government, but nothing to do with it. I was empty. So he returned to the exclusion zone, to land the government said was too dangerous to farm. And he planted. People said I was suicidal. Maybe I am. But I'd rather die doing something than live doing nothing. Here's what shocked me. He's not alone. Dozens of families went back. They farm during the day, monitor the volcano constantly, and evacuate when necessary. Then return when it's safe. Sometimes that's days. Sometimes that's hours. They call themselves the stubborn farmers. The government calls them illegal residents. The scientists call them statistically doomed. They don't care. Bapak Ginting showed me his phone. He has 3 apps. One monitors seismic activity in real time. One shows wind direction for ash clouds. One connects him to a network of 40 farmers, all in the exclusion zone, all sharing information. The government has satellites. We have 40 sets of eyes. We know when to run. And they do run 7 times in 3 years. Bapak Ginting evacuated. Each time, he took his family, his important documents, and one photo album. Nothing else. Each time, he returned. This isn't courage. This is calculation. The volcano gives me enough to feed my family. The city gave me nothing. So I calculate, where can I survive? And I came back. That's the 3rd reason people stay. Not tradition. Not spiritual debt. Just pure survival calculation. The volcano, dangerous as it is, still offers more than the alternative. 3 volcanoes, 3 people, 3 different reasons. Pak Tarno stayed because leaving would betray family. Ibu Sari stayed because the land tells the truth. Bapak Ginting returned because survival demanded it. Different mountains, different choices, but watch what connects them. Pak Tarno still dreams about November 5th, 2010, the heat, the sound, his friends who didn't make it. Ibu Sari checks the seismic monitors every morning. Every single morning. Bapak Ginting has an evacuation bag packed by the door. Always. For 3 years, none of them are fearless. They're all terrified. They've all lost people to eruptions. They all know they might die. But they also know something you and I forget when we're comfortable. Safety isn't the absence of danger. It's knowing what you're willing to face for what you love. And that brings us back to that question from the beginning. The one you've been waiting for me to answer. What makes someone stay when the mountain explodes? Now you know. So here are the 3 lessons these volcano people teach. Lesson 1. Courage isn't fearlessness. It's choosing meaning over safety. You're scared of something right now. A career change. A relationship conversation. A move to a new city. That fear feels like a stop sign. But Pak Tarno was terrified when Merapi exploded. He stayed anyway. Not because he was brave. Because what he was staying for mattered more than what he was scared of. The question isn't, am I brave enough? The question is, what am I living for? Answer that, and fear becomes manageable. Lesson 2. Start before the mountain is quiet. Bapak Ginting didn't wait for Sinabung to stop erupting. He couldn't. He'd starve. So he started farming while lava was still flowing. You're waiting for perfect conditions. For the right time. For the moment you feel ready. The volcano never sleeps. Neither does time. Start now. Adjust as you go. The people who wait for safety die waiting. Lesson 3. Respect forces bigger than you. Ibu Sari's family makes offerings to Bromo every year. Not because they're primitive, because they understand something modern culture forgot. Some things can't be controlled, can't be negotiated with, can't be defeated. You can only respect them, work with them, accept them as part of the deal. The volcano people don't conquer the mountain. They live with it. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. So here's my question for you. What's your volcano? What impossible thing are you circling but won't enter? What force are you fighting that you should be dancing with? What safe choice are you making that's slowly killing you? The people you just met aren't superheroes. They're farmers, parents, regular people who refuse to let impossible means stop. Maybe you can't answer yet. That's okay. But if your volcano includes Indonesia, here's exactly how to visit. Indonesia's volcanoes aren't locked away. They're accessible. You can stand where these people live. You can see what they see. Here's how. When to visit. Dry season, April through October. July and August are busiest. June is greenest. Avoid November through March. Heavy rains and poor visibility. Getting there, fly into Yogyakarta for Merapi or Surabaya for Bromo. International flights from the US or Europe run $500 to $1,000. Domestic connections to smaller airports are cheap and frequent. Organise volcano tours, $50 to $150 per day, all inclusive. Private driver with guide, $80 per day. Motorbike rental for experienced riders only, $5 to $10 per day. Do not attempt volcanoes without a local guide. They know when it's safe. You don't. Where to stay? Homestays near Merapi, $15 to $30 per night. Bromo Village guest houses, $20 to $50 per night. Both include meals and local family experience. This is where you meet people like Pak Tarno and Ibu Sari. Budget, $30 to $70 per day independent travel. 100 plus per day with organized tours. Indonesia is cheap if you eat local and stay simple. Moderate to high. The heat is intense. Some altitude at Bromo. Volcanic fumes can be harsh. You need to be comfortable with physical exertion and some risk. This is critical. Check PVMBG, the Indonesian Volcano Monitoring Agency, every single day. Hire local guides who know the warning signs. Have evacuation plans. Get travel insurance that covers natural disasters. This is not optional. Cultural respect. Ask permission before photographing ceremonies. Dress modestly at temples. Learn basic Bahasa Indonesia phrases. Support local families directly, not just tour companies. When you stay in homestays, you're putting money in the hands of volcano people. That matters. Full guide, safety checklist, booking links, packing list, emergency contacts, everything you need is in the description. click there first. Then decide if you're ready. Because visiting a volcano isn't tourism. It's witnessing what's possible when humans refuse to run. You've witnessed a land built on fire. 3 people who chose heat over safety. Who planted where others fled. Who found home in impossible. Remember the face at minus 40 degrees? The Mongolian herder who stayed when winter wanted him dead? These Indonesian farmers made the same choice. Different extreme, same courage. That's how impossible becomes normal. You don't conquer the force.
Doesn't fix a broken motorcycle.
You don't defeat
It doesn't
the danger.
compete with the cash economy tourism brought.
You learn to dance with it. You find meaning stronger than fear. You start before conditions are perfect. You respect what you can't control. 3 lessons. Universally true. Whether your volcano is actual lava or just the fire of living. So here's my question for you. What's your volcano? The impossible you're avoiding. The risk you won't take. The fire you're running from. Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And I want to know, where are you starting? And if you think fire and ice are extreme, wait until you see where solid ground disappeared entirely. Floating villages. Houses on water. Schools on water. Life on water. Places where land became a memory. Same question. Different, impossible. Click here. And if this changed how you see possible, I'd love to have you along for the journey. Thanks for watching.